Cancer. So I just finished Gemini, and Gemini was going through, there was like a realization that, you know, when I say Gemini, it's just people, how they've been thinking. So you could be thinking this way or whatever, but basically there was an acknowledgement that you or others have been getting in their own way. And there was a need to acknowledge self-worth and to allow renewal, okay, of the self. So with you, Cancer, we're going to see how that's nurtured, if it is. And we'll see if that's, we'll see if that's being nurtured. That mentality, that idea, that feeling of, you know, self-worth and this and that. All right. So let's see what's going on with Cancer, but really the fourth house. I read for houses, not necessarily the sign. So we shall see if some people are going to, with their new self-love and this new energy, we're going to see if they're going to build their foundation based off of that. Now, there was also, there's always going to be a side, there's always going to be two sides, two whatever. There are going to be some who are going to kind of stay back in that Aries energy of the complacency, all right? And they're going to continue missing upgrades, downloads. They're going to continue not knowing what they don't know and thinking that they know. They're going to continue essentially and ultimately getting in their own way. So this is kind of like people, you know, having a house and it needs renovations, but you're going to have people who don't want renovations, or they may come up with excuses as to why they don't get the renovations, or they just may not be able to energetically, mentally, physically, or financially afford renovation. So they stay in this whatever. You have others, though, who see value in renovating and will do what's required, make sacrifices that are needed to renovate, to make sure that this foundation is stronger than it was before. And or there's going to be some who just completely let the tower go and just rebuild a new house. Like, it's kind of that type of energy. You know, it's just like, you know, you have some who you have an opportunity to move. You got some who are like, nah, I'd rather just stay where I'm at. They're comfortable. They don't want to move. They don't want to go through all of that. Pay this, pay this. And then you have some who are like, no, it's worth it. It's definitely worth it. Like, it just depends who we're talking to. So we will see. And I always get that with you, Cancer. There's always going to be two different types of Cancers, two different types of fourth houses, period. Always. I don't like it. So that didn't feel too stable. So we'll see. It just didn't feel too stable. All right, King of Pentacles is coming out. And that was, Taurus actually had the King of Pentacles coming out. So again, you don't know what you don't know. A change is coming, if not already. And when you know better, you do better. So we shall see. The King of Pentacles is like the Hierophant card. It's fixed. Okay, so this doesn't necessarily tell me, oh, there's gonna be those who find value in I'm just seeing people's value here. King of Pentacles. We're gonna see what happens with this King of Pentacles. Okay, Page of Pentacles. Okay. That looks like an investment. That looks like a seed being planted. That looks like people are seeing value in, you know, breaking a little bread, putting a little seed in the ground. Okay. All right. I see you. Yep, they gonna go ahead and plant that seed. They sure enough is. Okay. Yes, justice with the owl spirit. Yes. Okay, Cancer. Yeah. Knowing that this is going to take time, it's worth it. This is really giving me the it's worth it vibe. Because the owl can see in the dark, can see in the day. This gives me lover energy as well. That's feminine, masculine energy. You can see Ace of Swords. You have clarity, justice. That sword is still there. So that's Ace of Swords energy. Investing in balance. So that obviously, to me, to invest in balance, true balance, it starts with yourself. Wow. Five of Cups is at the bottom, and that Five of Cups was coming out in Gemini's energy as well. So I'm actually going to leave it right here because y'all don't really fuck with me. You don't really fuck with me. So I don't really fuck with y'all. But this is, I definitely am seeing some Cancers or those in the 4th house. I'll just say 4th house. I do see a new investment here, a new structure, knowing it's going to take a long time and it's worth it. I'm seeing it's worth it. Let me just, because every time I open this book, it goes to the owl, but this time it wants to go to the coyote, which I find funny. Let's see. Let me just read the owl really quick. That is so funny because the owl, I kept opening up this book and it would go right to the owl. And then now it's not going to it, which I find to be funny. All right. I just want to see. Winnie, we're not doing that right now. So the owl guards against self-deception and insists that your motives be pure and transparent to all. Come on. What is the message that you are not hearing? The situation you are not seeing with clarity. Owl invites you to wait patiently. Taurus energy. Bide your time until it is right to act. Page of Pentacles. Then do so decisively with no hesitation or remorse. The owl spirit also talks about discernment, intuition, and spiritual guides. This also talks about balance, the Holy Trinity, God as well. I was getting the Hierophant, Libra energy here as well. Air and water, King and Queen of Swords. The owl is the master of night. She can see situations with perfect clarity, more so when it is dark. Wow, I didn't know that. More so when it's dark. And is able to discern the truth when others are sightless, which are most. She helps you find your light and your lightness in the darkness of moments of your life and to embrace the night as your ally. Owl can bring you messages from the invisible world. She opens your ears so that you may hear the voices of the ancestors. You may acquire their wisdom and make it your own. Look around, notice every detail, and find the hidden messages brought to you by the owl. Do not shoot the messenger. Be grateful to the friend who shows you what you have not wanted to see until now. Unfortunately, don't even go there. Observe all facets of the diamond without judgment. Remember, no, always have judgment. Remember that the facet you dislike are often mirrors of the parts of you that you do not want to recognize. Do not be afraid of the truth, as it will become your compass. I was also getting with the Aries had don't become what you hate or who you hate. So I do feel like Cancerian energy, this is cardinal, as is Aries. And again, I'm mentioning Aries because I'm talking about just the 1st house. We all have the 1st house. Look at your rising sign in the 1st house. So I don't want to hear shit about shit. I don't have these placements. Stop calling out these. Don't come on my channel. I don't care if you're not a Cancer. You have a 4th house. Look at your IC. Look at your moon. We all have a 1st house. We all have Aries energy. Look at your rising sign. We all have Libra energy. Look at your 7th house, or look at Venus. I don't want to hear any of that because I'm already feeling it. I'm already feeling the weirdness, which is, I'm hearing the naysayers, but this is the vibe, okay? This is what I have for some of you Cancers. For those of you in the 4th house who are building, you see value. You know it's going to take time. You are the value. This is you. All right. And this justice, considering the owl, being able to see better in the dark, that to me is giving me like Scorpio energy. Going you got to go to the root, and that requires going on, like, you got to go to the root. You see anybody building constructions and this and that, what did they do? They make sure the foundation is right. If they have to uproot plants, they got to uproot this, uproot, they will do that to make sure that foundation is done properly. So that requires Scorpio energy. But in order to do that, you have to see value in doing that. King of Pentacles, Taurus. So that's the vibe I am getting right now. I'll see you guys on Patreon for the part 2 version.